Hi guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'll be taking a look at Moza Racing's latest direct drive wheelbase. This is the Moza R12, which provides 12 Newton meters of torque, and I'll be showing it in action with the new racing wheel, which is a KS steering wheel. And as part of this review, I'll be comparing it against its closest competitor, which is the Logitech G Pro racing wheel. So I'll be showing you around both the wheelbases and the racing wheels and pedals, testing out each one to see how they compare against each other, providing you any pros and cons, and hopefully it will give you enough information in deciding which one to go for. Details for all the items I'll be showing in today's video are in the description below, including purchasing links. But before I begin, if you're new to the channel, hope you can support me by subscribing and hitting the bell icon to get notified of my next release. Let's first take a look at the Moza R12. And bundle wise, there's a lot of flexibility as you have a number of different pedal options available and a number of different wheels. Let's begin by taking a look at what you get inside the packaging. Inside the box you get a user manual and some stickers, a UK power cable with a kettle connector, a USB-A to USB-B cable, a power adapter, a bag containing screws and an Allen key, and the Moza R12 wheelbase. The Logitech G Pro bundle comes with a wheel and the wheelbase, including cables, a power adapter and a table clamp. Now taking a closer look at the Moza R12 wheelbase, it has the same style as their R5 and the R9, but it has more power, supporting 12 Newton meters of torque. It's black all over with a Moza branding in white on the sides and top, with R12 labelled on the side to highlight the model. It's made from aviation grade aluminium alloy, giving a strong and sturdy feel to it, with Moza's excellent quick release system. It has mounting holes on the bottom so you can deck mount it on your rig. At the back you have all the ports, the power button. The wheelbase is nice and compact with a solid build quality, and it's a complete contrast in comparison to the Logitech G Pro wheel, which is made from strong plastic with air grills at the front and back, with a fan at the back for airflow, keeping the wheelbase cool. It supports 11 Newton meters of torque, and the most obvious difference is the size, as it's massive, with it also being limited to just deck mounting. They can both be table mounted. The adapter for this comes with the Logitech G Pro wheel bundle, but you'll need to buy this separately for the R12. The Pro wheelbase has an OLED display which gives telemetry data and an additional button that allows you to go into the different onboard profiles and make adjustments to it using the controls on the wheel while still in game. You also have a 10 RGB LED rev counter at the top, whereas Moza's R12 has a simple design and all the in-game adjustments are done through the Moza Pithouse software or via their mobile app. But both wheelbases support a quick release system. Price wise, Moza's R12 wheelbase is priced at £589 or $589 US, whereas the Logitech G Pro wheel is priced at just under £1,000 or just under $1,000. But the Pro wheel comes with a racing wheel and a table clamp. Now onto the wheel rim. And this is where Moza has the edge, as there's a number of different wheels available, and they've just released their new one, which is a KS steering wheel. So inside the box you get a user manual, some stickers, a tweezer and a bag containing the steering wheel. The KS wheel is a GT style wheel with a butterfly shaped design with a 300mm diameter. It's made from carbon fiber reinforced polymers and feels strong and sturdy. It has Moza Racing branding on the top, with 3 rotary encoders in the middle. The grips are made from TPE rubber, giving a soft touch, but grips really well. It has 10 short travel RGB buttons, which can be customized to the color you want in game. Plus you can use the stickers to label each one. There's also 2 joysticks and 2 thumb encoders on the side. It has an LED rev counter, which can be customized with up to 8 colors. On the back you have your paddle shifters made from anodized aluminium, which have pre-installed silencer pads, giving a smooth shifting experience. Underneath you have your clutch paddles, which can be toggled between single clutch and dual clutch with a good feel to them. And finally you have the quick release system, which Moza claims has been strengthened with steel, so it can be used with any wheelbase, keeping it firm and secure, even with Moza's most powerful wheelbase, the R21. The overall look and feel of the KS steering wheel looks really good, and with its ergonomic design it feels really comfortable with the buttons all in easy reach. Now compared to the Logitech G Pro wheel, which is a conventional round wheel with a shallow D-shaped design at the bottom and measures 300mm in diameter, Logitech's wheel has a nice premium feel to it with an aluminium brushed metal finish. The rim is made of perforated leather and the controls having a good quality feel to them. There's a PlayStation button and 10 push buttons with a joystick replacing the D-pad, together with 2 turn knobs. Coming around the back you have 2 analog paddles that can be mapped to your accelerator accelerator, brake or clutch, and on top you have 2 magnetic shifters which feel pretty good. There's a quick release mechanism allowing you to quickly switch wheels, but as yet Logitech G haven't released any new wheels for the Pro wheelbase. Next, onto the pedals, which have to be bought separately for both the wheelbases. Moza provides 2 options, and I've gone for Moza's high-end CRP pedals. Looking at each of the pedals, they're made from aluminium alloy with a great build quality to each one. The clutch pedal has a 3-stage clutch, meaning there's 3 different clutch travel stages. The first stage provides less resistance. The second stage, the resistance sharply increases like a clutch disc spring, and in the third stage, the resistance will drop off. The brake pedal features a 100 kilogram high precision load cell brake pedal. You get a replacement spring in the packaging, allowing you to change from the medium one that's installed to a hard one, and you get 2 replacement rubber stoppers to change the resistance on it. You get a hard and soft one, and the medium one is already installed. And then we have the accelerator with a nice smooth consistent feel to it, and again a solid build quality. The pedals are adjustable, enabling you to increase or decrease the resistance, and the angle can be moved between 63 degrees and 83 degrees, and the height and positions of the individual pedals can be changed too. Logitech only has 1 pedal option, which is the Pro racing pedals, constructed of metal, with them both mounted on a pedal plate that's made from strong plastic. The pedal faces can be adjusted both horizontally and vertically on the clutch and brake, but only horizontally on the accelerator. There's a 100 kilogram load cell sensor brake pedal, and the packaging comes with a couple of replacement springs for the accelerator and clutch, together with a selection of rubber dampeners for the brake, all providing various degrees of tension. And the nice thing here is that you can easily adjust them without any tools. The position of each pedal can easily be adjusted by loosening the screws underneath, and you're able to move the clutch if you didn't want to use it. Customization wise, Moza has its own software called Moza Pithouse, which can be downloaded from their website, and you use it to customize the settings and perform firmware upgrades on their peripherals, plus adjust each of their devices individually to get the best custom settings for your in-game play. It has a simple user interface, and you can go into individual devices to adjust the force feedback on the wheelbase, or change the colors on the rev counter, or adjust the settings on each of the pedals. There's also a mobile app available on both Android and Apple, allowing you to connect to the wheelbase via Bluetooth, giving you the same amount of customization, which is really impressive and so convenient. But there's no changes you can make directly from the wheelbase. Logitech only has a PC app, which is the Logitech G Hub, and there's no mobile app, but you can make changes to the wheelbase and the pedals either from the G Hub software, or make adjustments and changes to the different onboard profiles using the controls on the wheel. Now on to testing out both the wheelbases, and I'll be testing them on my sim cockpit from Track Racer. This is a TR120. Setup is pretty straightforward for both these wheelbases, as you can just bolt them directly onto your sim rig, but worth mentioning, with a Pro wheelbase I was only able to make use of the 2 rear screws, as the rubber bumpers at the front that's angled for the table mounting gets in the way, so you can't move the wheelbase further back to attach one of the screws at the front of the wheelbase. But even with the 2 screws, it was more than sufficient to securely attach. Let's jump into a race and test this out. And seriously, both the wheelbases feel awesome when racing. And just to note, I've initially turned off True Force on the Pro, as it helps to make a closer comparison to the Moza R12. Noise levels wise, they're both really quiet, and even after racing for a number of hours, they don't feel hot. With them both being direct drive wheelbases, they provide feedback in the same way, as it's essentially a motor on which you can mount your steering wheel, which gives you strong, incredibly smooth and detailed force feedback. The racing experience on these wheels is exceptional, with a great amount of force feedback, providing an awesome racing experience. It feels really smooth, refined, and gives a lot of detail from bumps, curbs, and the track itself. With the force feedback from a direct drive wheelbase, you can feel the rumble coming from it, bumping into the curb or coming off the track. You can feel the sensations feeding back to you from the wheelbase, and the level of detail from both the wheels is very similar. Now with Moza's 12 Newton meters of torque and Logitech's 11 Newton meters of torque, power and performance feels very impressive with Moza's wheel, having more power, but for some people that may be too much, but you can turn it down and then increase the torque levels at a later stage. Next, turning on True Force on the Pro wheel, you'll notice the wheelbase does make a noise with it on. Now remember, this feature is only available and supported on the Pro, and it's not available on Moza's wheelbase. Plus it's only supported on a small number of games at the moment. And this is where Logitech's Pro wheel stands out from the crowd, as it feels like the wheel comes alive with the experience in the in-game physics, road conditions and motor vibrations all going through the wheel to such an extent I can feel the vibrations coming through to the sim frame, adding to the immersion, giving a phenomenal racing experience. Until you experience it, you really can't appreciate the difference it makes. Logitech did introduce this on the G923, but the impact was very subtle and in no way as impressive as it is with the Pro wheel. Onto the pedals, Moza's ones feel great. They have a solid feel, not cheap in any way, made from heavy steel with no sideways play. The pedals feel good and precise underfoot with not much flex on them. The clutch feels good with a 3-stage mechanism, giving quite a good feel when using it. I've tested the clutch in conjunction with Moza's HGP shifter and it works perfectly. The brake pedal with a load cell works really well and feels more precise, feeling solid and rigid, giving a realistic braking experience. The accelerator feels smooth and retracts back really well when transitioning to the brake pedal. The Pro racing pedals also have a great feel to them with no sideways play, and the pedals feel similar in performance to Moza, but with Moza having more of a premium feel to them. But both of them have the added benefit of a load cell kit that can accommodate 100 kilograms of pressure. So in summary, both wheels are pretty impressive in terms of power and performance, and in all honesty, you won't be disappointed no matter which one you go for. Logitech is new to the market with the direct drive wheelbase, and like with most products, the price is high if you compare it to Moza's offering. Whereas Moza has been around for a year or so longer, but they have many more options available. So you're able to build your own customized bundle from their website, allowing you to use the wheelbase with different pedals and wheels. Whereas with Logitech, there's no other options with accessories like a shifter or a handbrake together with other wheels. But if you're a PC gamer, you could mix and match, like having a Logitech wheel and pedals with a Moza shifter and handbrake, which would work fine, but this combo won't work with a console. Both wheelbases support a PC, but Moza's doesn't have console support, whereas Logitech has the added benefit of console support. But there's two versions, one for the PlayStation and the other for the Xbox. And from what I've heard, you can play Xbox games like Forza on the PlayStation wheelbase version as long as you have the Xbox wheel, but the compatibility isn't there the other way round. So if you have an Xbox wheelbase, you won't be able to add the PlayStation wheel to it and play Gran Turismo, for example. It's pretty cool that there's compatibility on the PlayStation wheelbase to add the Xbox wheel to it, but unfortunately Logitech doesn't sell the Pro racing wheels separately. Moza is an awesome product to go for, as there's a lot of options available to choose from with quite competitive pricing, together with an excellent build quality throughout their range. Price wise, they're both comparable, with the Logitech G Pro wheelbase, wheel and table mount, together with their Pro pedals coming in at just under £1,350, and the Moza R12 wheelbase, KS wheel and the CRP pedals coming in at just under £1,330. But Moza has an extensive ecosystem where you can mix and match the wheels, pedals, plus you can add additional accessories like a shifter and handbrake, allowing you to customize your bundle to get better value for your money. The racing experience on both is very similar. You get good levels of feedback from both, but at maximum, the Moza R12 wheel feels stronger at 12 Newton meters in comparison to Logitech's 11 Newton meters. But I'd say the Logitech Pro wheel has the edge due to its console compatibility and True Force, which is only available on a small selection of games, whereas Moza wins in build quality and power due to it having 1 Newton meter more and having an extensive range of accessories, plus more customization available via its Moza Pithouse software. So there you have it. You come to the end of another video, and let me know in the comments which wheel you think is the best. Details are in the description below for all the products I've shown today, including purchasing links. And if you're still here, drop a R12 in the comments, as it's nice to see who's made it to the end of my videos. And if you enjoyed today's video, check out my full review on the Moza R9 or Logitech's G Pro wheel next. You can follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook and Twitter. If you're new to the channel, hope you can support me by subscribing and hitting the bell icon to be notified of my next release. Thanks for viewing, and see you in the next one.